Hello everybody, I'm just going to move on to our next lesson, telling the time on digital and analog clocks. I think Mr. Barton, we've already done this. We did this last week. Well, I know you did. This is just a recap. So it's important we revisit some learning just to see if you've remembered what we've already shown you. So, learning reminders. This is an analog clock. This is where we've got the round face, numbers 1 to 12. Okay, we're going to look at quarter. This one shows 2:15. It's quarter past when the long hand, the minute hand, is on the 3, and it's gone past the hour hand. The hour's point gone past the 2. So this is 2:15. This one is 2:45 because it's 15 minutes to the next hour, which is 3 o'clock. It's 2:45 when the minute hand is pointing at the 9. We could also write that as 2:45 because if I was to count round 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 minutes. It's gone past the 2, so it would be 2:45. The digital way is just the numbers, like I just said, 2:45 there. This is a digital clock, 6:20. So we could say 6:20, or we could say 20 past 6, 20 minutes past 6 o'clock. There's no hands, there's no minute hand or hour hand. We can say the two numbers, 2:15, or we could say 2:45. But from our example here, we know 2:45 is the same as, you've got it, 2:45. It might get confusing that, but don't let it confuse you. There's just different ways of saying the same time, and that's all you need to know. 2:45 is the same as 2:45. You say the way that you like it the best. It's no problem. So here we've got an example of both of them. We know it's 3:15 because the minute hand is at the 3. So it's sorry, because the minute hand is at the 3. But 2:15 what? Well, the hour hand has gone past the 6, so it's 6:15. If we was to write that digitally, when we write it digitally, I always like to look at the hour hand first and say, well, it's gone past the 6, so that's the hours there, 6, and how many minutes. Don't be tempted to put 3, because it's not 3 minutes, it's 3 lots of 5, 5, 10, 15. So written digitally, it is 6:15, or as an analog we could say 6:15. We'll move on to this one as an example. So if we're saying it on an analog clock, we could say 6:30. We know it's 6:30 because the minute hand is at the 6 and the hour hand has gone past the 6, so it's 6:30. On a digital clock we could write it as, on a digital clock, I always like to look at the hour hand first. The hour hand has gone past the 6, so it's 6 something. We can't write 6:6, but we need to count round in our 5s. 6, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that time is 6:30. I'll do one more example just to show you. So again, for the analog clock, we look at the hand, so that we know that the minute hand is at the 9, and when the minute hand's at the 9 we know that that's 2:45 because there's 15 minutes to the next hour that we're moving across to 6, so it's 6:45. And yes, we're going to confuse because we're going to say that a different way. We can write it digitally as 5:45, and the reason is, when I look at digital clocks, I like to look at the hour hand first. The hour hand has gone past the 5, but it's not yet at the 6. So it's 5 something. We can't put 5:09, but we need to count round in our 5s for the minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So it'll be 5:45. So you can say 5:45, or you can say 5:45, or you can say both. If you want to say one of them, then that's fine. But one thing we don't say is we don't say 45 minutes past 5. This is as we don't say I don't know why we don't say it really. 45 minutes past 5. You could say it, but we don't. Say 5:45 or 5:45. So here's some examples where you're gonna. I'll be able to do this one. The analog clock. So I'd look at the minute hand first. So it's at the 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, 20 minutes past the 1. So 1:20 or 20 minutes past the 1. 1:20, we could write 20 past 1. 20 minutes, past 1. Okay, you can do the same on here. I mean, they're giving you the time here. I'm not so sure why, but I would write it digitally and I'd write the time as well. Okay, so we can have a go at that one. One important thing is if it's 5 minutes, you can't put, and this is very common, 8.5. Okay, and the 5 certainly can't go in front of it because that would be 8:50. You have to put 0.5. And that would be for any numbers, and you'll do less in year 1. In year 3, if it's like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, anything up to 9, you'd need a 0 before it. Okay, so certainly in year 2, we do it to nearest 5 minutes, so it would be 8.05. Very important we remember that. So we've got an activity here, matching the times. I love these games. So you can match the times there with the digital times. 10 past 4, 10 minutes past 4. So I would look at which has got for 10 minutes past the 4. I'd have to look at my minutes. 5:10, there it is. So I'd match that up with 4:10. Okay, and you can go around and have a look at some of those. Great fun game to play to consolidate your learning. I often do it who can find it the fastest, who can match them the fastest, or can you just match them correctly, and that's fine. And they've got an exactly the same one, so you could try just with the digital and the analog, or they've also got somewhere you can match the words as well. 5 past 12. Our other one was 10 past 4, so I know that that's that one. So we could match all 3. You can play little competitions and games. So who can do that one the quickest? The hot sheet. Draw the hands on the clock, fill in the digital display, or write them in words. So this just links in all 3 of those, writing it in words, the digital or the time. But you have to do it depending on what they tell you, what they've missed out. So there you'd write 12:30 with drawing the hands on, and there you would write the words 12:30 or 30 minutes past 12, whatever you're happy with. Okay, can do an example on here for you. So this for digital, I always look at the hour hand first. It's gone past the 6, so it's 6 ... It's not 6.5 because for the minutes I can't round in my 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So time is 6:25, and I would write here 25 past 6 or 6:25. Past 6. We could say 6:25, but with 25, it's just the same. And it's quite tricky for me to write with on this screen, so apologies. 25 past 6. Okay, so that's an example there for you. And they've done it there. They've written the numbers even easier. I didn't do that. So here an example would be even easier, really. 25 past. But it is a good way to write the numbers with the 20 and the 5 past 6, because you don't often write the numbers in words. It's quite a nice activity to do. There's some answers. If you're a little bit stuck, no problem. Analog and digital clocks, and there's some on the next page. Cut out the clocks, make a new set of cards, shuffle them and spread them out, face up on the table, find pairs of matching. Okay, so there's some clocks. What can you do to match them up? Loads of fun for you to do there. Get somebody to check it if you're unsure. Okay, and final activity, check your understanding. What number is the minute hand pointing at when the clock shows these times? Counting fives to find out. So this is the minute hand. This links again to our 5 times table, which is why understanding 5 times table is so important in year 2. 8:15. So if it's quarter past, now if you need a clock to help you, use one. There's one there. Okay, I know it's at the 3. So what number is the minute hand pointing to? Well, I know quarter past is 15, 5, 10, 15, and that's at the 3. So the answer to that one is 8:15. The minute hand is pointing at the 3. And you can go through those. I'm not going to tell you all the answers. That's for you to have a little think about. Use a clock if you need to. And go on this one. You're drawing the lines to match each written time to a digital clock. Okay. So 3:15 isn't 3:45, but we know that is the same as 3:15. So you'll match them up like so. Use a ruler, make it nice and neat so we can see the answers nice and clearly. Hope you enjoy that year 2. Take care.